In this video, we will uncover the weirdest and wildest rulers history has ever seen. From eccentric fashion choices to outright madness, these monarchs ruled in ways that defied logic and reason. Let's dive into the top 5. Our story begins in the 14th century France, where Charles VI believed he was made of glass. That's right, glass. Charles refused to let people touch him, fearing he might shatter into pieces. This bizarre delusion, known as glass delusion, caused chaos in the French court. At one point, Charles would run wildly through the palace halls, screaming and attacking his courtiers. While France struggled with political instability, their king was lost in a world of paranoia, making his reign one of the strangest in history. Now in 19th century England, King George IV, ruling during a time of elegance and refinement, was anything but modest. Obsessed with fashion, George loved wearing oversized and ridiculously colorful wigs. Imagine a king strutting through the halls of Buckingham Palace dressed like a human peacock. But that's not all. George was so insecure about his weight that he demanded his royal portraits be altered to make him look thinner. Yes, even in the 1820s, Photoshop had its royal equivalent, painters with strict instructions to slim him down. George's reign became as much about appearances as it was about governance, making him a king unlike any other. In 17th century Istanbul, Sultan Ibrahim, also known as Ibrahim the Mad, took madness to another level. Obsessed with luxury, Ibrahim hoarded furs and jewels while throwing gold coins into the sea, claiming he was feeding the fish. But his paranoia turned deadly when he ordered the execution of 280 women from his harem, fearing they were plotting against him. This shocking act of cruelty sealed his reputation as one of the maddest rulers of all time. In early 18th century Spain, King Philip V was known for his depression and erratic behavior. For weeks at a time, Philip refused to leave his room or change his clothes, isolating himself from the world. On some days, he would sing the same song for hours, completely ignoring state affairs. While his people struggled under his reign, Philip was locked in his own mental torment, making him one of history's most unusual monarchs. Next, we travel to 16th century Russia, where Ivan IV, better known as Ivan the Terrible, ruled with an iron fist. Ivan's reign was marked by extreme paranoia and violent outbursts. One of his darkest moments came in 1581 when, in a fit of rage, he struck and killed his own son. Imagine a ruler so unhinged that his own family wasn't safe. Ivan also created the Oprichnina, a terrifying secret police force that tortured and executed anyone he suspected of betrayal. With a reign soaked in blood, Ivan's unpredictability earned him a spot in history as one of the wildest rulers ever. These rulers remind us that history is often stranger than fiction. Their lives, filled with eccentricities, madness, and extreme behavior, serve as a reminder that power can sometimes amplify the quirks of the human mind.